Welcome everyone to Doga Yoga. My name is Melody. This is Arlo, passed out after a big walk, and today we're doing a quick and easy 15-minute guided stretching class. So we're going to stay standing for this class, so you don't need your mat, and you might have a wall or a chair handy. So this is a great class if you're out and about, at work, wherever you are. So we're going to start by spreading our feet hip distance apart, plant into our big toes, spread our little toes, and imagine we're kind of turning our feet outwards. You'll feel the kneecaps naturally activate when you do this. The calves naturally activate, and the tailbones start to tuck under. So the pelvis, place your fingertips on your pelvis. Feel the hip bones here going up and down rather than slightly forward or slightly back. Find a length in the spine and send the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale and exhale. We'll release our hands from our hips. Really face the palms forward, grow tall. Feel energy run up through the legs, to the hips, to the shoulders, and out to the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, see if you can grow a little bit taller. Hollow out the lower belly. Feel the whole upper carriage grow taller. And exhale, soften and release. Inhale. And exhale. Activate the kneecaps. Turn those big toes out. Inhale. And exhale. We'll start with some nice arm circles here. Just take a nice big arm circle up overhead, keeping that straight spine. Keep that pelvis slightly tucked. And back to heart center on our exhale. Inhale, big arm circle up overhead, straight spine, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Inhale, big arm circle up overhead. Keep the shoulder blades down the back here, fingertips touch. And back to heart center, thumbs in our sternum. One more, inhale. And exhale. Take a big arm circle all together, fingertips touch, and keep our hands high here. So really find our energy, grow tall here, tuck our tailbone under, send the shoulder blades down the back, send the ribs in, and see if you can grow a little bit taller. Feel if you can create some more space in the spine on our inhale. And exhale, soften and release. Inhale, ground down through all four corners of the feet, and at the same time growing taller from the fingertips. And release. Inhale. And exhale. See if you can send the biceps a little bit closer towards the ears, straighten the arms a little bit more. And when we're ready, we're going to release our hands wide behind us and clasp them at our lower back. Send our knuckles down. So instead of sending them towards the back of the room, we're sending them down towards the ground, keeping that tailbone tucked, hollow out the lower belly. Inhale, open up the chest. And exhale, soften. See if you can squeeze your elbows in towards one another. Squeeze the biceps in towards one another and really open up the chest here. Breathing, inhale. And exhale. Still pushing down through all four corners of the feet, feeling the kneecaps activate as we flow here. When we're ready, we're going to bring our knuckles, keep our hands clasped to our right hip. So bring both hands around towards our right hip. Our spine is still long, our tailbone is still tucked. And just notice the opening here in the shoulders and the chest. Breathe here for a few cycles of breath, still growing taller on your inhale. And exhale, releasing. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And on our next inhale, we'll send our knuckles back down towards the ground and then take them over towards that left hip. So shoulder blades are down the back, spine is nice and long. We're still pressing down firmly into all four corners of the feet. Make sure you're not putting weight into one hip or the other, sticking or jutting it out. Really create active symmetry in the body here. And that'll allow you to feel a greater opening in the chest, in the shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When we're ready, we're going to send our knuckles back down towards the ground. And now we're actually going to send them towards the back of the room. So send our shoulder blades down the back, squeeze our biceps together, and see if we can send the knuckles towards the back of the room, keeping our spine straight. So often the first thing we'll do is stick our bum out, tuck our tailbone, and compress our lower back. But I want us to do this with integrity. So find that even neutral pelvis, and then just send the knuckles back as far as you can with that straight spine. So it's not a competition, just notice the sensations here. You might be super tight in the shoulders, in the collarbones, in the chest. So just observe here. And optional extra, I'll just move back from the chair a little bit here. Find length on your inhale and exhale. We're going to fold here. So bend, hinging at the hips, knees bent generously, and the crown of the head is going towards the earth. The knuckles are actually reaching over towards the front of the room. Still finding length in the spine here, so we're still practicing those same movements. Feet are turning out, kneecaps are active, spine is long, growing tall from the tailbone to the crown of the head on our inhale, and exhale, sinking. Let gravity take the hands a little bit lower, keeping those shoulder blades down the back and the neck is long. And breathe. When we're ready, we're going to push down into all four corners of the feet. Really bend our knees, roll on up very generously, or very gently, vertebra by vertebra. Taking our time, coming up. Release the hands, big arm circle up overhead. And we're going to cross our wrists here. So cross them and then interlace their hands. Reaching high here now, but a different sensation. So inhale, squeeze the biceps and soften. Inhale and exhale. Find that same activity in the legs. Find that same integrity in the spine. And when we're ready, we're going to gently release the hands and take them down beside us, palms turned up. Inhale, we're going to reach our right hand high, taking it over towards the left, leaning towards the left. And exhale, come back, bring that hand down beside the body. Inhale, reach our left hand high, taking it towards the right. And back to center. Flow with your breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more. And back to center. Inhale, we'll take one big arm circle all together up overhead here. Fingertips touch. And we're going to fold forward. So bend the knees generously. Fold forward, hinging at the hips. Crown of the head faces the earth. And if you don't want to have the hands on the ground, you can always rest them on a chair or a block here. Just letting the spine really release. Let the lower back go. Inhale, find a little bit more length. And fold. Inhale. And exhale. And when we're ready, we're going to raise our hands up onto our hips. And we're gently going to straighten our right leg, bend our left knee, and send our gaze past our right shoulder towards the sky. You'll feel a nice opening in this hip here. Now send our gaze back to the ground, bend our right knee, straighten our left leg, and send our gaze over our left shoulder. Oh, so nice. So flow with your breath here. Bend that left knee, straighten the right leg, gaze goes towards the ground, and then over that right shoulder, nice and gentle. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, switch your gaze to the other side. Flowing here with the rise and fall of your breath, moving at your own pace. Bend and straighten, gaze over that shoulder. Bend and straighten, gaze over that shoulder. Really nice hip, really nice spinal release after sitting all day. Bend and straighten, look over that shoulder. Bend and straighten, look over that shoulder. Send our gaze back to the ground. Now you might keep both of your knees bent. You might start to straighten the legs now. Notice the lengthening in the hamstrings as long as we have a straight spine. So we don't want a straight legs if we have a super rounded spine. So just find where feels good. And when we're ready, we're going to bend our knees super generously once more. Press into our big toes, roll on up. vertebra by vertebra. Really nice sensation. Come up to standing, big arm circle all together, up overhead, fingertips touch. Back to heart center. Place our thumb on our sternum for a moment and just breathe. We're going to take our feet a little bit wider than hip distance here. Just get comfortable. And we're going to turn I'll mirror you, the left toes out to the left side, and that right foot comes to 45 degrees. So heel to heel alignment. We're going to place our hands on our hips, square them off so our hips are in line with our toes. So we're coming into our pyramid pose. So find length in the spine here, activate our glutes, breathe. And exhale, we're going to fold forward here, hinging at the hips. So we might just stay here, pulling this left hip back, really finding activation in that glute, looking at our big toes. Or we might send our hands down, place them on a chair or a block. Inhale, find length and soften. Inhale, find length and soften. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and release. Rise on up wherever we are, super slowly. Hands on our hips. We're just going to turn our feet towards the other side. Heel to heel alignment. Back foot 45 degrees. Square off the hips. Find the length. And then fold forward, pulling this front hip back so our hands can stay on our hips. They might go on our chair to help us fold a little deeper. We might take them to the ground. So I'll take chair for this one. Find length on our inhale, straightening the spine, and exhale, fold forward with integrity. You might have a slight bend in this front knee to protect it, stopping a hyperextension, or you might have it straight, really activating this kneecap. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more. And release. Rise on up in your own time. Come on up. Place the hands to the hips. Turn the toes back to the front. Now we're going to take our stance a little bit wider if that feels good for you, or if that wide-legged stance where you're at feels good. Just find what works for you. Find length. I'm going to turn this way. Big toes are slightly in, just so the outside edges of the feet are parallel. Find the length in the spine, and exhale, we're going to fold forward, hinging at the hips. So your hands might be able to reach the ground, or you might have them on your chair here. Inhale, find length in the spine wherever we are, shoulder blades are down the back. And exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale. Send the weight into the balls of our feet rather than the heels. That'll help you get a deeper stretch in the hamstrings. And it'll help you lengthen the spine more easily, creating space. To activate the kneecaps, feel the thighs slightly turning outwards to really protect the joints here. Imagine we're turning the big toes outwards. You can feel that grip on the floor as we breathe. Now when we're ready, we're going to keep our left hand on our chair or on the ground. Our spine is long, and we're going to reach our right hand high, opening up into a twist. Our shoulders are aligned here, finding length on our inhale. And exhale, revolving. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And release. Place that right hand on your chair or on the ground, and then reach the left hand high, revolving towards the left. So the whole body is revolving, the hips are staying square, and the gaze goes to the ground, to the side of the room, or to the roof. It doesn't matter which one you do, it's all about how your spine feels. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale once more. Send that hand down to wherever is good for you. We'll all bend our knees generously wherever we are. Really grip the floor with our feet. Push into our big toes and roll on up. Big arm circle up overhead. Fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Step our feet in. Now grab the wall, the top of your chair, wherever you are. We're just going to place weight into our left foot and using our chair as balance. We're going to kick our right foot up behind us, grabbing it with our right hand, and just coming into a beautiful quadricep and hip flexor stretch here. So find length on our inhale. Instead of kind of arching our back, kicking our foot back. We want to tuck our hips under. Find that parallel, find that neutral pelvis. So find that place where it's good and then pull the foot further in. You'll find a really strong stretch in your quad and your hip flexor. So find that straight spine, find that integrity, balance on all four corners of that left foot, gently breathing. And just notice the sensations. Notice what's going on. Notice the differences side to side. And when we're ready, we're gently going to release that foot. Place it on the ground. Give ourselves a little wriggle. And come into the other side. So place that weight into that right foot. Tuck our hip under. So find that neutral pelvis. We don't want to stick this glute out and feel it deactivate. Tuck it under. Feel it fire. Feel that straightness in the right side. Use our chair as balance and then kick the left foot up to the left glute. So instead of arching our back here, we want to tuck our tailbone under, find our straight spine, find our integrity, and breathe. You might find a drishti, a focus point in front of you that isn't moving. And just focus on the rise and fall of your breath. Squeezing the knees in towards one another so that knee is not going out to the side. You'll also find a deeper stretch this way. When we're ready, we'll gently release that foot. Place it down. Give ourselves a little bit of a wriggle, a little bit of a shake. We'll take one big arm circle all together, up, overhead, fingertips touch. Back to heart center. Place one hand on our chest, one hand on our belly, and just ground down into the body and into the breath here for a few cycles. Inhale, feeling the belly, the ribs, the collarbones rise. And exhale, soften and release. Inhale. And exhale. Take this time to just slow down. Be present and observe what's going on in your body and in your breath. Notice the niggles, the differences side to side. What you're thinking, feeling, observing in the here and now. And when we're ready, we'll all take one big arm circle up, overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Sending you lots of love and gratitude, beautiful yogis. Namaste.